Hello, hello, my beloved waking gods and goddesses. Welcome to Love, Truth, and Beauty. Do it yourself spiritual awakening for divine in the flesh, where together we learn how to surf, hack, and navigate the ups and downs of the totality of human experience, creating a new earth beyond the limitations of this perception, manage reality matrix of five senses, having discovered our true divine creative natures in our true sensual sensorial universe of seven senses, composing formless into form outside of the matrix in the true quantum field creation field universe. Before we get started, please do give this video a thumbs up. Please also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, selecting the alt settings so that when I upload videos, YouTube will let you know. I generally upload Tuesdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Eastern. My name is Maria West, and I am your hostess of the highest, here to download, upload, inspire, and usher you into your bestest and brightest selves, your bestest and brightest light, and inviting you all to open your hearts wider and wider and wider and wider and wider and wider still. Hello, my love bugs, my honey bunnies, my boobalas. Mwah. Welcome to Love, Truth, and Beauty, episode 264. And today's video is in response to recurring queries about how the F to own one's attention and visualize goals and intentions, especially for those of you who find it very difficult to visualize or hold a steady image of your focused attention in your mind's eye or using your imagination. Now, mind you, our imagination, my loves, our intuition, and the ability to see infinite possibilities have been impaired through the abject mind control of the matrix, through shutting down the third eye and poo-pooing, right, and discouraging any claims of intuitive psychic abilities, i.e. our sixth sense. All right, so remember, the matrix is five sensory hell limitation. Okay, now I realize it is bad enough that we all have our traumas of varying degrees, and the outer and inner screens of the various matrix shit shows hijacking and commandeering our attention and our awakened center in our center screens, right? So I've decided to share with you my additional go-to practices that not only get you to practice owning your attention and focusing your attention, okay, but these practices also teach you how to reverse engineer creating reality. Oh yeah, darlings, believe it. Okay, now this first practice is from my favorite, Neville Goddard, and from his Power, the Book of Awareness. Now, I will place a link to it in the show notes below, okay, and you could get a free PDF. Now, remember, waking up is about owning your attention and exiting the matrix world of five sense reality and entering into your center screen, your awareness attention center, which exists in the true quantum field creation field universe of seven senses. All right. Now, the main point of this first exercise allows you to own your attention. It challenges you to wake yourself up, see yourself, see reality, exit the matrix, enter into your awareness attention center in the true quantum field creation field universe, and activate your sixth sense. The sixth chakra, the sixth sense here in the middle of our forehead, so that we can utilize our imagination, activate intuition, practice owning our attention, practice steady focusing our attention step by step by step through this end of the day first exercise of reviewing your day, my loves, starting from getting into bed at night and moving backwards throughout the whole of your day to the moment you opened your eyes and got out of bed. I know. This is not an easy thing, okay? This is a critical exercise to master your attention, to master practicing focused attention upon details, okay? Because if you don't own your attention, the matrix owns your attention and you are a fucking sleeping zombie, kiddo. Okay, I'm going to be very plain about it, and subjected to being enslaved and manipulated, mind controlled and dominated, stuck in 5 sensory matrix perception managed limited hell, where they get to tell you what reality is and who and what you are and all of that. Okay, those are very limiting. Now, the powers that want to be, I've said this again and again, are banking on most zombified humans to only exercise 5 senses instead of the full-on 7. Now, owning our attention and being awake requires full-on activation of our 6th sense, imagination, intuition, our psychic abilities, our ability to envision possibilities, okay? Now, it is in particular chapter 6, which is called Attention, of Neville Goddard's book, The Power of Awareness, okay? A double-minded man is unstable in all his work, okay? Now, this is from James 1, verse 8. Attention is focused in proportion to the narrowness of its focus. Attention is forceful, pardon me, in proportion to the narrowness of its focus. I'm going to say it one more time. Attention is forceful in proportion to the narrowness of its focus. That is when it is obsessed with a single idea or sensation. It is steadied and powerfully focused only by such an adjustment of the mind as permits you to see only one thing. For you steady the attention and increase its power by confining it. The desire which realizes itself is always a desire upon which attention is exclusively concentrated, for an idea is endowed with power only in proportion to the degree of attention fixed on it. Okay? Concentrated observation is the attentive attitude directed from some specific end, okay? For some specific end. So a goal. Now, I know this sounds weird, but imagine, and I know most of you can do this, when we worry, what is it we're focusing upon? Like the worst case scenario, some shit show that you think, that you believe is going to happen, and it does, Okay, we're doing the opposite thing. We're focusing our attention, focusing our energies, okay, upon the envisionment of something specific and wonderful to happen because you are intending it. Intend, it is so. Now, the attentive attitude involves selection. For when you pay attention, it signifies that you have decided to focus your attention, my loves, to one object or state rather than on another. So we're talking about discernment here. Therefore, when you know what it is that you want, you must deliberately focus your attention on the feeling of your wish fulfilled until the feeling fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out of consciousness. This is thinking feelingly, to be able to think feelingly. The power of attention measures your inner force, your true north, and your integrity of heart, mind, body, soul coordination. This is the unity consciousness, the laser focus upon one goal, one outcome. All right. Now, by consciously utilizing your sense of sight, concentrated observation of one thing shuts out other things and causes them to disappear. Okay, so when we're focusing upon a vision or a goal, your final frame, your final outcome, that is exactly what we're doing. We're using our sense of sight to visualize. And those of you who can't visualize, you can use feelings. Maybe your body moves a certain way. So think about these things. The great sense of success is to focus the attention, my loves, on the feeling of the wish fulfilled without permitting any distraction. All progress depends upon an increase in attention. The term think feelingly comes to mind for me. I love this. The ideas which compel you to action are those which dominate the consciousness, those which possess your attention. The idea which excludes all others from the field of attention discharges in action. I do this one thing, forgetting those things behind, and press forward the mark. Okay. Now, this means this one thing you can do, forgetting those things behind. You can press forward the mark of filling your mind with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. I love this so much. To the unenlightened, matrix loving human, this will seem to be all fantasy, okay? Yet all progress comes from those who do not take the accepted view nor accept the world as it is. Now, I always say to you, the world is not the planet, the world is a matrix. As was stated previously, if you can imagine what you please, and if the forms of your thought are as vivid as the forms of nature, you are, my loves, by the power of your imagination, the master of your fate, the master of your life. Your imagination is you and the universe conspiring with you. As your imagination sees, it is the real layer of the universe that is yours. When you set out to master the movements of attention, okay, which must be done if you would successfully, after the course of observed events and their hypnotic influence, okay, it is then you realize how little control you exercise over your imagination and how much it is dominated by sensory impressions and by the drifting on the tides of idle moods, okay? This is the outer screen of the matrix, kids. All the shit you see on CNN or, whatever, Alex Jones included, okay? You cannot let these agents of the matrix hijack your attention. Now, to aid in mastering control over your attention, practice this exercise, okay? All right. Night after night, just before you drift off to sleep, strive to hold your attention on the activities of the day in reverse order. Focus your attention on the last thing you did, getting into bed, and then move it backwards in time over all the events of the day until you reach the first event of the day, that is opening your eyes, getting out of bed, okay? This is no easy task or exercise, but just as specific exercises greatly help develop specific muscles, like your abs, your booty, okay? This will significantly help develop the muscle of your focused attention and activating your third eye, your imagination, your visioning, your intuition. Your attention must be developed, controlled, and concentrated to successfully change your concept of yourself and thereby change your future and mold your layer of the universe. Your third eye, your sixth sense, and imagination can do anything, but only according to the internal direction of your focused attention, okay? Your empowered focus, your conscious focused attention. If you persist night after night, sooner or later, you will awaken in yourself the center of power and become conscious of your higher self, your greater self, the real you in the true quantum field, creation field universe, not the limited five sensory, enslaved, zombified human in the matrix watching TV, watching media, having your attention hijacked by this shit show and that shit show, okay? When you practice this, it will become second nature, more straightforward, and so with time gives rise to a facility or faculty which can then be put to higher uses. When you attain control of the internal direction of your attention, you will no longer stand in shallow waters, but launch out into the deep sea of life and the universe. You will walk in the assumption of the wish fulfilled. You will move in the assumption of the wish fulfilled. And you will realize that that is more solid than the matrix world. Okay, my loves, that is my speech. This is part 1 of my 2-part series on owning one's attention and learning how to reverse engineer reality. So next time I will share with you part 2 and exercise number 2, which is all about revising reality through reverse engineering. Now, I hope this is helpful. Be kind to yourselves. Decide, my loves, that your layer of the universe is loving and friendly and has your backs because you intend so. All right. Please help me grow this channel by giving this video a thumbs up and leaving a comment in the comments box below or in private. Please share this video with your communities, friends, family members, and on social media platforms you feel would benefit from this content. Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, selecting the all setting so that the YouTube will let you know when I upload next. And if you find value, enjoy, benefit from, or at least entertained by my content and videos, won't you please consider supporting my work through a donation? My PayPal link is below, as is my coffee.com/Dakini Kiss link, where you can support me by buying me the proverbial cup of coffee. I thank you all so much for hanging out with me, with your participation and focused attention. I really do appreciate it. I cannot do this work without you. And I do this work especially for those of you out there who know in the deepest depths of your heart of hearts and your soul that the universe is so much greater than what the matrix would have you imagine to be. All right. So until next time, my dear hearts, always act from love outside the matrix, from your center screen, composing a new reality. That's right. Let's all go higher and higher, quantum jumping our lifetimes and our lifelines so that we can all be the love that we are. We can share our love. We can make art, make music, create, make love, and you can all help me repopulate the true quantum field creation field universe. Here's to love, truth, and beauty, my beautiful divine in the flesh. Mwah!